Hello, and welcome to For We Are Many. How's everybody doing today? Oh, I need to stop my screen share. Ha! There we go. Hi, everybody. Uh, my name is Trisha, also known as Zen. Today, Vicky is back on the show. It's been a hot minute since you've co-hosted with us, and today Vicky has brought Mary on board with us to discuss the unionization and walkout strikes happening at Dollar General. Sorry, I'm sick. I sound like shit. I look like shit.
That's right. Hi, Mary. How you doing?
I'm good.
Ooh, camera.
Thank you for joining us.
So, Mary is the store manager of Dollar General that was doing the 6-part series, 6 parts, right, on TikTok?
Yeah. 6-part series, and it was titled Store Manager Life.
Yeah, and she got fired from Dollar General for posting that on her TikTok. So she started the put in a ticket for the walkout strike for Dollar General tomorrow at noon Eastern time, right? Till 6?
Yep, it's noon, and we are protesting until 6 p.m.
Or until it gets dark.
Or until it gets dark.
Right. Okay. See, I'm kind of up on it. So why don't you kind of explain to everybody what it's all about and kind of more of what led you to it? And
honestly, it was that kind of fell into my lap. I wasn't expecting any of this.
You're cutting out.
Oh no, sorry, it is storming here.
Oh no, okay.
But it was basically, I just wanted to let our customers know, kind of quit bitching at me. It's not my fault. Like, this is what I have, to deal with. These are my resources. So I wasn't the only that way. And so I just posted it, and it got a lot of attention right away. And at that point, I already knew. I was like, well, I'm probably getting fired now, like, for sure. Before I even went into the next day for my shift, I was like, yep, I'm probably getting fired. And then the next day I came in, and, sure enough, my boss wanted to talk to me. And, well, it was because of the videos. And, they basically told me to not necessarily to take them down, but it was advised to. And at that point, I already felt like the damage was already done. It didn't matter if I took the videos down or not. I would probably be terminated anyway. And I didn't see the need to have to take them down. So anyway, long story short, I did get terminated for it. And when I got terminated for it, then that just gave this a hell of a lot more attention than it did in the first place.
Right.
It kind of backfired on them, and in doing so, other people started speaking out, other store managers, sales associate, key holders, you name it, and they were all for it, ready to speak out, tell their story. And that is honestly what created the movement. The walkout for tomorrow, which is May 2nd, that was not created by me. That was actually created by a bunch of employees in a Facebook group. They got together and decided this is what they wanted to do. And I just decided, okay, if this is what you guys want to do, I will promote it, I will share it, I will talk about it, and all of that great stuff. So that is where the May 2nd walkout came from.
Awesome.
Very nice. On a Monday and not on May 1st, but the day after. So that's cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, today is International Workers' Day, known around here as May Day, but it's International Workers' Day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's truly fitting for you guys to have this protest, this strike, and walk out right now.
Definitely.
I did that. It was great.
Okay.
And
cut out again.
We're losing your audio again, honey.
Okay, how is it now?
Better.
But
It's thundering, it's lightning, it's so.
I live in Nebraska. I get it.
But I do think that it was a really great thing. They decided they would do it the day after May Day because it was like we don't want to shine light on every worker. We want everybody to know about us. We want everybody to know what we're going through. Things like that. I thought that was very important for them. And
yeah, it's one of those things. Everybody I've known who's ever worked at a Dollar General has been treated absolutely fucking horrendously by management, by corporate, the whole fucking 9 yards. So I'm glad you guys are doing this straight up.
Right. I mean, for your walkout, you guys are asking for better pay, obviously, the right to unionize, and then because of your limited hours, because it's the staffing issues, you want all of that fixed. Is there?
But the three main topics that we're asking for are fair wages, safe working conditions, free to use location. Safe working conditions cause a lot there are a lot of things, including which is making sure that employees are no longer in the store by themselves. So that as well helps labor issues. That's just.
I lost you again. Did anybody else hear?
I could only hear bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Mary, we lost you at all the most important parts. All of your demands have been lost. So let's hope that's not true in the real world.
Goodness.
Oh my gosh, it chose like the wrong time to ring.
So I got you. I read the freedom to unionize from your lips, but then you just kind of never came back. So that's how far back we lost you.
Yes. Fair wages, freedom to unionize location, and safer working.
Safer, yeah. Yeah, because that's what I did. I got most of it. Safer work conditions, the right to unionize, and better pay. It's equal pay. What would be like, you guys average like, for your cashiers, you guys start at like 9, right? Average?
Honestly, it all depends on the location. And that's the crappy part. So it all depends on the location.
Right. Yeah, because I got offered a store manager job at DG from my job, and I was like, absolutely not. When I heard the wages, I was like, no. So
one of my stores here in Tampa, I could start out a cashier at 9. But I had to get approval from my DM in order to start. And this store over here, it's a high volume store. I was able to start them out at $12.50, which is the max. But again, I had to get approval from my DM to bring them in at $12.50.
So she cut out a little bit again there, but if anybody didn't catch it, at her old store in Tampa, she could start them at 9, but at the new store, it's higher volume, so she could start them at $12.50. But both times she had to get approval from her DM. Got it.
Yes.
I heard that. I don't know if anyone else did that. So, okay, so like, what kind of fair wages are you guys like shooting for? Do you have a goal that you're asking for?
Now you're cutting.
Oh no. Is there a dollar goal that you guys are shooting for a minimum?
None of the workers have reached out to me and told me it's $1 gold. Honestly, I think that there would be people who negotiate for working for but I think it also just has to do with their pay versus their workload. If they're getting maybe $9 an hour, then that's fine. I'll stay here and register for $9 an hour all day. But for $9 an hour, I'm not going to sit here and stand and register, check in, open the store, close the store, stock shelves, and everything.
Right.
So I think it's a little bit more to it than $17 an hour on your.
Okay. I mean, because I kind of, when I was talking to you earlier, And I was like, I don't know what like the dollar amount loss for DG would be, like if it was going to be enough for them to want to pay attention for you today, or if you guys had, were maybe planning on extending this out, or if you had any plans to extend it out. So I kind of did the math, and I don't know if you ever did, but
The math and what they would lose for a day.
for the noon on for just tomorrow, like just for even the half a day, if only like a quarter of the stores participated, which is a little over 4,200 stores, it's still almost $3 million lost. So that's a pretty good hit for
Wow.
a Dollar General. Yeah. And that's only if a quarter of the stores participated.
Wow.
So it's kind of just some guesstimates, because you guys average, there's 17,000 Dollar General stores. And in 2020, sorry, I have to look at my notes. In 2020, they profited $8.49 billion. And they're really like, they limited you guys to moving your stuff off the floors until Thursdays, or moving, like putting stuff on the shelf until Thursdays, and you guys don't have back rooms, so everything's just kind of shoved in the way, and it's hard to shop, so then you can't sell anything. So, and then all of a sudden they want all hands on deck, but they only give you like 35 labor hours a week to spread out or something like that.
I was getting 34.
I lost you again. You were getting 134?
134 for a 3.5 million.
Yeah, oof. Let's see.
It was absolutely.
That's not a lot at all. Like it, I have a sister that was a store manager for Dollar General for a long time too, and she dealt the same thing. She almost lived there as a store manager because she's the salary one. So I get it.
Yeah, that's how I was. We lived there.
So
I used to go around tell them that I took the seasonal mats from our lounge chairs and stuff that we sell for Lawn Park. I used to tell them, yeah, I get those, and I lay them across the U-boat in the back, and I just sleep back there.
Nice. So what are your guys' plans if they just kind of don't take notice? I mean, I know they're taking notice right now, but if, like, let's say they don't care about the almost $3 million.
Well, I can tell you Dollar General is probably going to act they don't care, but they're not getting very good publicity right now. That's one of the hated things ever is bad publicity. That's why they don't want anybody talking about it. That's why they terminate people as soon as they try to talk about this, because, oh no, God forbid, we can't be shed in a horrible light. We have to make sure everything looks pretty and beautiful, like unicorns and roses and rainbows, because that's what we're seen as. But now everybody is starting to see that it really is not like that. And even with the one-day walkout, we're not expecting a whole bunch of change. We're not expecting change overnight. That's not what this is about. This is definitely going to be a long challenge. It's going to be a long, tough road ahead. But I think with everybody I've talked to and everybody that's with this, they're 100% on board to take it to the very end. And that's exactly what we plan on doing. We do have a few things planned for May. I can't necessarily talk about those just yet in the open, because there can be some changes made by Dollar General, which we don't want to. There are plans coming up. So we're not talking about those things until probably a few days before. So that way it kind of catches them off surprise and we're like, hello.
Well, you're welcome to come back here and talk about it when and if that time comes.
Yeah.
Mary, I wonder if you wouldn't mind talking about, when you say safer working conditions, are you talking strictly about the stress and the hours that they're putting on the employees, or is there physical conditions there that you find that are not safe?
Well, we are talking about all of those things as a whole. We are talking about employees that are being left by themselves for long periods of time. We are talking about ACs working for months on end, heat not working for months on end, mold in coolers, mold in the walls, mold in the ceilings that they just don't care about and they just don't fix. Front doors being broken. I mean, you name it, and there's all kinds of safety issues going on in these stores. And when something's broken or if something crazy happens, like if you're in a really bad area, which we know Dollar General likes to hang out in the lower income areas, that's where they get a lot of their business from. And some of these areas, they can be really bad and they can be really dangerous. We have a few of them here that are really bad, really dangerous, and they refuse to put security in those stores. They refuse to protect the employees, and they don't do anything for them. And their answer is to put in a ticket or to get a lock or a door thing that goes down their door when they close. Okay, well, shit.
No, listen. I think you really hit what I wanted to make sure we hit, which was this is just not people complaining about, oh well, I've had to work so many hours, which is also a problem. But we're hitting on all cylinders here. Mold in these refrigerators and freezers. You've got no AC for months on end. Employees being left alone for hours, which I think is particularly dangerous. Doors not working. I mean, the list goes on. I think you really hit a lot of points that they need to really be taken seriously.
And I can attest to a lot of that because I do retail inventory, and I'm in a Dollar General at least 4 days a week. And in the summer, it sucks. And we still do it with no AC. We still do it in the winter with no heat. We sit there and we're like, I don't know how you guys handle this on a daily. So, yeah, I get it. And then I cut my finger off, the tip of my finger off at a Dollar General. So, I get it.
Yeah, so I mean, it's definitely not just, people complaining about, oh, I'm working 70 hours a week. I mean, yes, that is a problem. And yes, that is unsafe for your health and your mental well-being and things like that. But there's a lot more to it than just people complaining about regular everyday work. I mean, a lot of us are really hard workers. We don't mind putting in the hard work. We don't mind being there every day. We don't mind pushing the freight. We don't mind doing any of that. It's just a simple fact that we're being forced to do so, when we have no AC and we've been complaining about it for, weeks, months, and tickets are just being parked. They're not being paid attention to, and we're just told to deal with it. And here in Florida, that's ridiculous.
Right. I get that. And then, so you guys, as a part of all of this, you went ahead and started a class action lawsuit. You want to talk about that a little bit?
I can tell you the portion of one of the class action lawsuits that is in process right now is for store managers who have not been paid their overtime.
Okay.
That one is in the works. The law firm, which is the law firm, they've already posted that on their page. So they are putting together a lawsuit currently and talking with employees and things like that were store managers that were salaried, who are technically exempt but have not been paid any of their overtime, but however are misclassified as exempt because obviously the majority of our work is all manual labor. We're there by ourselves, and maybe 10%, if we're lucky, is managerial duties.
Okay. I just kind of had seen a little bit about that, so I wanted to kind of touch base. I mean, I know that it seems like you guys are working super hard to just make sure that the employees are taken care of, period.
Right. I mean, that's our main goal. I mean, we're not wanting anybody to lose their job. We're not wanting anybody to just quit. I mean, if everybody decided to walk out and quit tomorrow, then who are we fighting for?
Right.
I mean, but at the end of the day, like, they're not going to change unless, all of their employees actually start speaking up and start demanding change. And that was something that me and my vice president, Crystal, had talked about, pretty deeply was, we're not with Dollar General anymore. They fired us for speaking. They're not going to listen to just us. I can go to your store and I can protest all day long, but they're not going to start listening and start hearing what is going on and actually start possibly wanting to make change unless they hear it from all of you. And if you guys show them and tell them you're not willing to tolerate it anymore.
I definitely plan. I will be in an area to do a Dollar General on Tuesday, but I'll be in an area on Monday. And if they are participating, I will definitely be joining them. And if not, I'll just be standing out there by myself with my sign, and that's fine with me. So.
Oh, well, thank you. That's so
solidarity. So I'll definitely be out there. And if anybody else is out there, I'll happily record and I'll send it to you.
Yes, please.
There's a whole documentary, right?
Yes, the Insider is doing a documentary. So they're asking, I can send it to you if I didn't already. But she has specific instructions for people who are participating in the walkout, film certain activities and things like that are going on for the bigger documentary that she's creating.
Yep, I saw it on your Facebook. So
yeah.
Do you want to give everybody your Facebook if they want to go and kind of, or your TikTok or whatever, if they want to kind of go out and check out and get a little bit more information?
Yeah, you can go to my Facebook at MGundel. It's my name. You'll see me on there with a black shirt with a hashtag put in a ticket shirt on. And my TikTok is always Mrs. Gundel.
It's what? Always MGundel?
Yeah. Always Miss Gundel.
Okay. You cut out, sorry. All right, perfect. So if anybody wants to kind of check that out, see for themselves, like you can probably annoy your local area store if you're interested in going in and participating with them and asking them if they're going to participate. So
yeah, absolutely. I plan on, I'm going to my old store at all of my old crew are walkout. Got the union reps there. I think Fox talked about that.
You cut out a little bit after union reps.
No! Jeez!
You can have some union reps there. You're going to your old store. Your employees are participating.
Yeah, we have a group of U.S.
Can't hear a fucking thing you're saying. we heard like the and right at the beginning of the sentence, and then
like, oh my god, it's ridiculous. And I'm on my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi box is literally right there. It's like
it's just the rain. It's just the rain.
Can we take a moment to appreciate your nails there, Mary? Those are amazing.
Oh, I know, right?
Look at those.
I dig them.
You're a rock star.
Kind of my trademark. Like everybody loves nails. Like glow in the dark too, guys. Like
stop it.
Yes. Yeah.
Hell yeah. For dual purpose, beauty and self-defense. They should pay you an extra wage as like security in the store too. Anybody fucks around, you got those bad boys right there.
Right. Who needs security when you got Mary's nails?
Right?
Go for like the throat stab.
They're like, I mean, not to fuck with you.
Right.
Like, what? I don't like them. And they're like, oh, no, I like them, but I'm scared.
Right.
I think they're great. I do.
Thank you. One of my followers offered my nails for free because I always have my nails. Always have my nails. That is the one thing I do for myself. I get my stuff. And when all of this first started, she saw my nails. Like, oh my gosh, she's like, I'm in Tampa, and she's like, and I would love to do your nails. I would be free, and if you wouldn't mind. And I was like, okay. So I set up an appointment. She's like, what do you want? I said, I don't care. Just give me whatever you want. That's what I do with my nail tech. She gets free hand, whatever she wants to do. That's what I like. So I told her, I was like, I like bright colors, I like tools, I like sparkles, I like all that stuff. And so that was what she came up with. She did really good.
Yeah, really nice.
Very happy with them.
'Cause you're still not working, right?
No, I am currently not working. I am still doing this Uber and Lyft. And I've gotten quite a few different offers. But the problem with that is with everything that I've got going on in this movement, it's really kind of hard to say, yeah, I want to work with you, but I need this day, this day off because I'm protesting. I need this day, and this day off because I'm going out of state and I'm protesting. And,
Right.
So it's been kind of difficult. And then not only that, but my son, my autistic son who's 10, I have to get him on the bus every single morning. So, because he likes to try to run away if one of us aren't here. And my husband goes to work at 3 in the morning. So I've always been the one that gets him on the bus in the morning. And now since I'm the manager and I can my schedule, that has kind of become a little bit.
So you have, we'll just go ahead and plug. You have a GoFundMe out too, right? If anybody is willing or able to help you out a little bit with your life expenses, is that right?
Well, no, I have the GoFundMe is strictly for the movement. The GoFundMe is strictly for, being able to organize and things like that. Like we need, if we need to mobilize, well, can't really say much. It's for the mobilization, organization effort of the movement as a whole. I don't touch that for my personal reasons or anything like that. There's actually a couple people who have access to it within the movement. Just that way, it's requested that way. It's not just me who has access to it. So that we can all see it. We can all see if, something gets taken out and we're like, okay, why? So that is what the GoFundMe is for. I do, however, have my Cashapp and my Venmo on my TikTok profile.
Okay.
That
Okay. I can go on later and snag those links because I know they're on your Facebook, and I'll throw them in the comment section for anybody that wants to help you out there.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. It's a whole thing. It's not just, you're doing something great for the people who are afraid to do it. I know we talked a little bit earlier about Dollar General is made their calls about no retaliation, and they're against the retaliation. But as well as I do, like you pointed out, they're going to find reasons, right? So
Yeah.
A lot of people are really afraid about that, and it kind of sucks. Like I live in a right to work state. I don't know if Florida is. They can fire you just for whatever. Like they don't even have to have a reason. You should be like, "Oh, your smile is not great today. Bye." So, whatever, So, I get it. Scott, do you have any other questions, or Trisha?
Give me just a second. I'm looking through the notes here to make sure we touched on everything. I did just copy and paste one part of it into the comments here to let our audience know there is a documentary being done by the Insider, and if anybody has any videos from the walkout, please send them to Amanda Choi at insider.com or directly
it's AC at insider.com, right? I don't know why. Okay, sorry, that's my fault dictating.
Okay.
Oh, it's okay. You were cutting out though for a second there too, Vicky. So if you can pop that in our chat right here in Restream, I can copy that into the comments there.
Oh, sure.
And let's see. Okay, see, there's a change.org petition as well. Do you have anything to say about that, Mary?
I'm sorry.
Uh, Sorry, I know it's hard to hear me.
The change.org petition.
The which petition that we have two?
Talk about them both.
Okay. Well, we do have petitions on change.org. One for support in the second walkout tomorrow. So we're asking all of those who are in support and that are participating in the walkout to sign the petition, just so we can kind of see how many people we do have supporting the walkout tomorrow. And they're going to be in local stores as well as that is on change.org. And then the other one we have on change.org is for unionizing Dollar General. Now, we do know that some people are not for unionizing. We completely understand and we respect that. And we do know that in order to unionize Dollar General, we have to basically kind of do it store by store. So not all stores will end up being unionized, but we're not trying to force unionization on anyone. But we do know that in order for Dollar General to be held accountable for anything, there has got to be there's got to be. We've got to have a middleman that's going to hold Dollar General accountable, make them follow policy, and make them actually fix stuff when it's broken. Right now, it's as if Dollar General is a 12-year-old kid with no parent, and they're like, woohoo! I can play my phone all day. I can throw balls in the house, and ain't nobody going to tell on me. Right. And after you be able to come in and actually make them behave like they're supposed to and give them time out when they need it.
I like it.
Just trying to check the chat and see if anybody had any questions.
Awesome.
Yeah, whoever named the right to work states, who said Americans don't understand irony?
Right. Right to work for less. Right to work in shitty conditions.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Right's my ass. Basically, it's right of the employer to fuck you over without any fucking repercussion. It's not okay.
James said, all the time I spent giving a shit in a retail store when I go shopping, I don't know if I should yell at them or shit my pants.
Oh, goodness. Looking through the last few notes here, and I'm sorry if I missed this while I was bouncing back and forth, but do you have anything you'd like to say for people who want to participate, people who are not necessarily Dollar General employees but want to stand in solidarity with you guys? Are there any rules for protesting for them backing your strike?
Yes, we are asking those that do want to participate in a second walkout strike and protest. The protest obviously does start at 12 o'clock. We are asking that people who are customers, like orders in the shop, but now you can't hear me?
You're cutting out pretty bad. I can hear you. It's just kind of robotic.
Yeah, it's doing that.
It's always doing the important parts.
I know you don't want them to, you tell them to be on city property, not company property, right?
Yes, we do not. We are asking that everybody is not on Dollar General company owned or leased property. We are asking that they stand on city property just outside of their property line, because if they're on Dollar General, we'll call the police. We'll be trespassed. That's really going to bother. But if you are not on Dollar General property, Dollar General. So we are asking that our protests inside of the property line on city property. We definitely want a respectful protest. We are not threatening Dollar General or other protesters. We are not Dollar General employees who are walk out or anything of the matter of respect somebody's opinion and decision. People can't afford to walk out. They stand up for themselves, and that's great. But some people are still scared, and we respect that. So we are asking that you do that. Just being there alone, you know, and having your signs and stuff like that does show that those employees that they do have support out there, which honestly would make it easier for an employee to walk out. I mean, they won't feel like they're doing it alone. So we do ask that you do go to your local Dollar Generals and you go ahead and stand with them and protest. Let them know that you support them, whether or not they walk into that building or not. You support everything that we are fighting for, fair wages, safer working conditions, recognize if they decide to do so. So we do appreciate all of that.
Sorry.
Were you guys able to catch most of that? Because she did still kind of cut out, but I think I got the gist of it. So I can. I mean, stay respectful and peaceful. Go out and show your support at your local Dollar General. The people that might be worried to walk out, if they have support, it's more likely that they'll jump back in, right? So just keep it off of property because they'll call the cops on you, and stay respectful and peaceful and just be there to show your support, right? So.
Oh yeah.
All right. Anybody else have any questions, or do you have anything else that you want to throw out there for the people, Mary?
I did see someone was questioning about the hashtag put in a ticket t-shirts. We did stop making the logos. These are all iron-ons. We wanted to make it as cheap as possible for everybody. So we were just making iron-ons for people. They $3 shipping. We weren't making a profit. We were making profit.
Hold on, I lost you.
But we were. No.
Your iron-on?
Yes, the iron-on.
Gotcha.
This internet has to suck so bad.
See, there you are.
You're too loud and clear there.
Yeah. Wow. That was impressive. Maybe keep yelling at us.
Right. If you yell, your Wi-Fi connects.
Yeah.
No, look, my husband did that. I had like the dirtiest look in the world. It's like, really? But anyway, we had stopped making the iron-ons because when it came to the May 2nd walkout, we were just getting flooded with. We couldn't even keep up. We were just getting so many of them. So we actually cut it not this past Friday before, so we could get caught up, get everything made and shipped out to the people who wanted them before the May 2nd walkout. But we are talking about opening the link back up to be able to order the iron-ons after the walkout because we think everybody just wanted so many of them because of the walkout, which we understand. But we only have one person with a Cricut, and she works full time. So she was trying to bang them out as quick as she possibly could, but we just couldn't keep up with it. So we are planning on opening the Etsy back up to be able to have the iron-ons for more people after the walkout. So
I'll probably get one, wear it inside the DG before I put on my work shirt.
Hell yeah. I'm curious as far as the root of that, because it's not a familiar term to me. I've never worked at a Dollar General, so for anybody out there who hasn't worked in store management like this, what does that mean to put in a ticket?
That is actually Dollar General's answer to everything. Your AC's broke, put in a ticket. Your heat's broke, put in a ticket. The door's broke, put in a ticket. The register just crashed. Okay, we'll call ERC, which is just as bad as putting in a ticket. You have an irate customer who, whatever, flipped out on you, but finally they left after you called the police, you put in a ticket. If someone loads up a whole buggy full of crap and runs out the front door, well, of course, you call the police, make a police report, but then you put in a ticket. Everything is put in a ticket. Your toilet's messed up. Your freezers are broken. Your coolers are broken. A vendor cussed you out, or a vendor didn't bring you product. It's always put in a ticket.
So basically, it's just a never-ending slew of fucking paperwork for shit that never gets fucking taken care of because all it is paperwork.
Exactly.
Lovely. Great way for them to pretend like they're addressing shit and like you have any kind of, I don't know, voice in the matter about how fucked your store is going down the toilet.
Right.
Put in a ticket.
Yeah.
So now they're going to stand out there and make them put in a ticket. There's protesters, put in a ticket.
Yeah. So this slogan came from everyone in the movement. They were just like, you know what? I'm going to say what the hell I got to say. And if Dollar General's got a problem with it, they can put in a fucking ticket.
Yep.
Nice. Nailed it.
Fair.
Upset about the walk-in? You're upset about the walkout? Put in a ticket.
Right. Send it to our
That's
management. We might get to it eventually.
Workers on strike? Put in a ticket.
Right.
Doors closing because you don't have anybody to work the registers? Yeah, put in a ticket.
Boom.
Now that are in our movement to everything. Oh, you know, they're mad about protesters. Well, they can put in a ticket.
Mary, got to tell you, I really appreciate you and all that you're doing. Really quite incredible and very courageous. I'm sure you're probably going to be humble and say, "Oh no, not really." But I have to tell you, this takes a lot of courage and it's a lot of hard work, and we really appreciate everything you do for the workers that are really struggling.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say it ain't hard work because it damn sure is. It takes up a good it's a full-time job for me at this point between answering questions and talking to unions and talking to organizations and looking up laws in Tennessee and Oklahoma and, you know, all of these places. And then also trying to work on my organization efforts here. I mean, it's definitely a full-time job that I am not getting paid for, but at this point, it's, you know, I'm getting paid in gratitude. I'm getting paid, you know, from the people, really. I mean, I get stories every day, you know, and a lot of them sometimes are voice messages that they leave for me on Facebook or whatever. And, like, one of them brought me to tears the other day. Like, I even forwarded it to my lawyer. I'm like, this right here, this is my fuel. This is what keeps me going. This right here is why I don't stop. Is this lady right here. Can you just hear her voice? Like she literally just wants to roll over and die at this point. She is so tired, you know, and she still works for them. And, you know, she's crying in this voice message telling me thank you. And like that right there is payment enough for me. So
I'm so glad that didn't cut out. I really am. And honestly, you know, without you, it doesn't happen. Without people like you, this stuff doesn't happen. And it's important for you to know that you're not alone. We are many, and we are here to support you.
Thank you.
If you need
so
help
much.
researching something somewhere, just reach out to me. You know, you've got my contact, so
Oh, cool.
I'll help you.
I'll definitely do that, believe me. That's why I started electing my state's electives, is because I'm like, dude, I have so many people reaching out from this state. Like, does anybody want to help me?
Yeah, I'll help you. Just send me what you need, and I'll do my best to help you out. You know, and maybe you can get a new career out of this, helping other people do the same thing you're doing. You know,
That would be great. It definitely feels good. That's for sure.
Yeah, I bet it does. All right. Well, you are welcome to join us anytime you've got any new information or you just need to get some more word out. You know, we're here for you anytime, so just reach out.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. I can't wait to share our future plans in May.
If you ever just want to come on and chat.
And we would love to hear half of what you say.
Preferably more than half fucking Wi-Fi.
It's just the rain. It's just the rain. We'll just blame it on the rain.
It's got to be the rain and the storm, man. It's got to be.
Vicki, I'm just really glad that you can read lips so damn well, because there was so many times here that couldn't hear shit, but you're like, oh no, she said.
Right.
Beautiful.
Some of it.
like Dollar General and not take any, responsibility for any of this shit. It is my Wi-Fi. It has got to be my Wi-Fi. I am not taking responsibility for y'all not being able to hear me. I am being Dollar General at this point. I'm not taking responsibility for none of that.
Right.
I'm not sure who you use for Wi-Fi, but hopefully it's not Dollar General.
Right. They've teamed up with your Wi-Fi company. Like, let's slow this bitch down.
Yeah.
Where'd you buy your router?
Come up
Oh,
and
yeah.
put in a ticket.
fuck. Oh, fucking Dollar General. God. It's crazy, though, because, like, I mean, your stores are everywhere, every fucking corner. You can't go a half mile without seeing another Dollar General. This store is one of the biggest employers in the country, and every fucking one of them are paying way too little, not giving good enough benefits, treating you guys like shit, overworking the fuck out of you where, like, how y'all don't go postal is beyond me, but I commend you. I give you props for even keeping your fucking sanity through that job. Like, just
Well,
some of the
thank you.
Amen.
like, it's some fucking tenacity to keep up with Dollar General and their bullshit.
I just about quit my job every single day the whole time I was there. And I was a store training manager, so I trained the new managers that came into the company. And that was something that I always told them to. Please tell me you can hear me.
Yeah.
Okay. That was one thing I always told them too, is you're going to want to quit Dollar General every single day, at least 10 times a day within your first year. If you can make it your first year, the 10 times a day that you're wanting to quit will probably slow down to about 5 to 7 times a day for the next year. And then during your third year, it might slow down to like 4 or 5 times a day, but you're still going to want to quit every single day, regardless. And that's just the God's honest truth.
Right. Yeah, I'm
And
in a
then-
Dollar General, like I said, 4 times a week, and I want to quit my job 10 times a day just because I'm there. And it doesn't have anything to do with DG itself.
He said, I just want to quit because I'm there.
You want to quit on behalf of all of their employees there too?
Often.
Let me guess, how many times have you gone to do an inventory and they told you they had under 150 totes and you showed up and there was over 300?
All the time.
Yeah.
I sent you pictures of the store on Friday that we did, and it should have been a cancel.
Yeah, that dude. That would definitely been a cancel for sure. Like, I can't believe, dude, there was so much freight in that back room.
And they closed the store the day before to get it ready.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And still hit that much of a
It
miss.
looked like they did anything but pulled the fucking shit off the damn sky shelves.
Exactly that.
What else did they do? I could do that, if the store was closed in like an hour.
Exactly. But yeah, the district manager was calling me like every 15 minutes. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And I was just like, I don't know. I'm not there. So, but
Well, damn.
Yeah. Sorry guys, we went off on a both familiar with Dollar General tangent there.
It's all good.
Get all the figured out and correct the numbers so much. Yeah.
We're here for it. Listen, we've all worked jobs like that. I mean, it's just gotten worse is all. It's,
And
It really has.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Mary.
I was just agreeing with him that it really has just gotten worse. It's gotten a lot worse. 3 years ago, I wouldn't have said that I'd be where I am right now with this company. Even just, last year, I don't think I would have. I think when it came to COVID,
Oh, you froze all the way.
COVID,
no.
then they did, during the month, but, it's not affecting as much as it was in the very beginning. I mean, when COVID first hit, we got a bunch of hours. They were willing to pay people $14 an hour coming in. You know, now they're just like, we're going to blame everything on COVID. But now we're going to say, screw you guys. Figure it out.
Yeah. Now everything's stopped, so they're going to slowly start taking everything away. Super quick, because I didn't mention this in your introduction, so I apologize. But you were top 5% performance store managers?
Yes, I was in the top 5% of the company. Was announced, that was December of last year? No, I don't remember. I've gotten so many different awards with this company. That was actually Mason. Why are you outside? Sorry, my son. What are you doing?
Hugs and kiss.
Oh, hugs and kiss for night time. I love you.
Can you wake me up?
Yes, I'm gonna wake you up in the morning for school.
Did
I
you
love
just have
you.
a birthday?
Huh?
Did your baby just have a birthday?
Yeah, his birthday was yesterday. He turned 11.
Nice. Happy birthday, little dude.
Oh, yeah. It'd still be in daylight. I'm like, what is he coming out here for? Like, it's still raining. He wanted his hugs and kisses for bedtime because he goes to bed at 8 on school night.
I remember the days. But yeah, I saw that, and then I was all like, that's nice. And then she just is like, hey, so the conditions here are really bad. Nobody wants to pay attention. So I'm going to, like, address it to my customers, and then address to everybody. And then there's like, thanks, bye, we don't need you. Like, that's just...
I think I'm now stuck in my hatchback.
I think so, too. I just heard it.
I'm sitting here with my hatchback to keep me out of the rain, and now it is literally just pouring.
Damn.
Gotta love Florida!
It rains a lot in Florida, but it stops quickly.
Every
Every
day in
time
this
I'm
talk.
All right. Well, I mean, we can... Do you have any other questions, Trisha?
No, I'm just curious what you just said, Mary, because you cut out again.
Oh, I'm saying I can't even go back to my house now without literally being soaked, so I'm stuck.
Blame it on Dollar General.
Yeah.
It's their fault.
Oh,
Every fucking thing is their fault.
Maybe I'll get that
GDDG.
Blame it on DG.
Mm-hmm. Hashtag that. Blame it on DG. Fuck yeah.
She is really stuck in her hatchback.
Definitely keep in touch with us. Let us know how everything goes tomorrow. And if you guys are planning on extending it at all. Because, fair honestly, I think you guys might rock the fucking DG world if like this were to spread across the country and get store after store picking up on this and people walking out like set fire to their shit. Not literally, but proverbially.
yes, absolutely. I have no problems keeping in contact, letting you guys know how everything's going, and all that great stuff. Tomorrow, I will be live, probably on both Facebook and TikTok at my location during the protest walkout time as well.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Look forward to seeing the updates and finding out what else going on. And I wish you guys well. I hope they bother to get off their fucking asses and start paying you guys what it's worth for you to even bother to come in and run their stores for them.
Right.
Right.
Here they are making money hand over fist and trying to pretend like they can't pay y'all living wage. And like, no, like Scott said earlier, a living wage around there would be at least $25 an hour, not 9 to 12.
Holy shit.
Like, all right, does anybody else have any questions or anything?
No, I do want to say that you're looking at a company that makes $3.2 billion in 2021. Okay, so $3.2 billion, and they're worried. They're concerned about paying their employees a living wage. Okay, I don't know what to do.
That's absolutely just sad.
That's
Right.
operating profit for fiscal year 2021 was $3.2 billion. So there's no reason for this.
Fuck no.
One of my biggest things with that too is they want to argue about what to pay their employees and they pay them crap pay. They can afford to open how many new Dollar Generals every week?
Right. Well,
How does it make
it's on that
sense?
magic multiplier. And then Todd, the CEO, he just got an increase, so he's making $16 million a year.
Fuck that. Okay, look, that asshat doesn't fucking deserve $16 million a year, and not a single one, not him or the rest of their board or anybody, deserves to see one fucking thin red cent of profit until everybody that's working for Dollar General is making a living fucking wage first.
Agreed. But clean the freezers and give them air conditioning and give them heat and make sure the door is locked, make sure they're safe. If there's stores in a lower, like an area that needs security, get them security. Like
Absolutely.
all
And
of it.
I mean, I
all
really
of it.
don't,
$16 million
I really
is a lot. It can go far.
right. I really don't think that what the employees are asking for is too much. I mean, they're asking for basics.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
Basics. And you guys are more concerned with opening a new Dollar General within 5 miles of a Dollar General you already have,
Right.
and making all this money than taking care of the employees that you already have and taking care of the locations that you already have that are falling apart.
I had this conversation the other day in regards to somebody said that, well, the companies take all the risk, right? And the employees don't take any risk. And I agree. That was my argument was, listen, the risk we take when we're employed, the risk that we take when we're employed is losing employment. And they're talking about a company's going bankrupt. Now, the reality is, if we can go bankrupt, just as likely as a company can. So when you talk about companies taking all the risk, no, they're not. They're not taking all of the risks. Employees are taking all of the risks. And the thing is that when you treat an employee well, they have a vested interest in the success of the business. So the better you treat the company, the better you treat your employees, the better they'll treat the company. And when we have a poorly treated employees, this is what happens. Nobody's looking out for the business. Nobody cares if you. There's not a single employee from Dollar General who cares if you steal from Dollar General, because they don't get paid enough to care. And they're in unsafe working environment. So if they had to stop you and they're the only ones in the store, what is to prevent somebody from hurting you? There's no reason for somebody to stand up for the company that they're working for if there aren't safety precautions and they're not paid enough to get into that kind of predicament. Forgive me, that was a rant. I'll allow.
It's all good. You're not wrong.
You're absolutely right.
Not even just increasing the pay to give them any reason to give a flying fuck about the store, but why the fuck aren't they giving every employee a stake in the company, a share of the company? That I think would really take shit another step further. Like, they want you guys to give a flying fuck about how their shithole fucking store is being run because they choose to run it as a shithole. Well, I guarantee those stores would be run a lot fucking better, and everybody there would maybe only want to quit once or twice a day instead of 10 times a fucking day. If y'all actually had a stake in the company, if you had something to actually be going, yeah, I'm part owner of this, so I'm going to invest into this of myself. And maybe it would cut back on some of the shittiness amongst the upper management and stuff like that too, because it's a shit show. It's an entire shit show. From everything I'm aware of, from all of my friends who have ever fucking worked in one, it's a shit show. And you get treated with just zero respect, zero appreciation. When those stores wouldn't happen, they wouldn't have those doors open and wouldn't have their fucking billions in profits if it wasn't for everything that each one of you guys do.
100%.
Absolutely right. And that's something that I've been trying to tell everybody in this movement too, even those that are too afraid to walk out, is the simple fact that the people don't realize how much power they have. You really, truly don't. If every single Dollar General employee, and I mean every single one of them, walked out of that building between 12 and 6 and protested outside, every single employee, and they closed the door down for the entire day, speaking volumes. Like Dollar General cannot fire. There's over 150,000 employees at Dollar. They fire every single one of you, they're going to be in big trouble because they're not anybody to run their store.
Especially right now when everybody's complaining about how they can't find people.
Right. Well, you know, in this movement, even some of them don't even realize how much power they have, and without them, the company wouldn't have anything. Nothing.
Right?
They wouldn't have a store to.
Right.
And that's just something I'm trying to voice to every single person, even those who are afraid to walk out and speak up and things like that. Like, you guys, if every single one of us were to band together, Dollar General would have no choice but to listen to our demand if they wanted those doors open.
Even a quarter of you.
Right.
Right. It's real fucking simple. They won't have a business if they don't have any employees to run it. So maybe they should stop acting like they're some kind of job creators for pushing fucking pencils, sitting at a desk in a suit all fucking day long and wanting to pay themselves millions a year while expecting you guys to live off of what, 25, 30K a year? Fuck that. Fuck them. That's fucked up.
I'm going to try to run in my house now that the rain has kind of let up a little bit.
Okay.
Right on.
Oh, my yard is flooded.
It's that time of year for Florida.
Jesus.
Shit.
And I would like to talk about the open door policy for a second here.
Go for it.
Now, the open door policy is a load of crap. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why. The open door policy, it would be great if it was utilized the way it's supposed to. The problem with that is it's not. The open door policy states that you always have an open door with your supervisor if you have problems, if you have issues or anything like that. But let me tell you, there's been several times I myself have had issues and I go to my district manager. Okay. My district manager doesn't fix it. So, okay. I then go to my regional director, say, hey, you know, I need help with this. You know, my district manager just basically threw it under the rug and I haven't heard anything about it. You want to know what the regional director tells me to do? Go back to my district manager. Or they tell you to call human resources. Okay, so you call human resources, you complain to them, and then guess what human resources tells you to do? Have you reached out to your district manager or your regional director? It basically just goes around in circles. And I think the problem with that too is okay, say I have a problem with my district manager. Say my district manager, he's disrespectful, he humiliates me, he degrades me, and he makes me uncomfortable. So say I go to my regional director or I go to human resources and I tell them about this. Guess who they send to talk to me about it?
Oh, stop it.
The district manager.
I think the most quotable thing that Tricia said was the other day. She said something to the effect of that, like, the open door policy is great because it just means if you don't like our policy, there's the fucking door.
Yes. The open door policy, honestly, a lot of people, it did to weed out the people that don't align with their shut up and do your job vision.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
because
companies.
they literally look at you guys as just chattel. Just do the work. They don't give a flying fuck if you have job satisfaction. They don't give a fuck if you're being overworked. They don't fucking care. It's not on their radar, and they do everything with that they can with that fucking circle jerk to make sure that it stays off of their radar where they don't have to deal with an actual problem. Because they send the problem back to the person who's the problem.
Yeah.
Like,
so that's their wonderful open door policy.
yeah.
That's
It's
so
their,
unfortunate. I'm so sorry.
but you know what?
Don't be sorry. I mean, I'm sorry for the people that work there still that are afraid. I mean, I even made a video the other day talking about it. I'm like, I want you to ask yourself, why you're afraid. Ask yourself why you're so afraid of this company. And ask yourself if it's right for you to be afraid of a company, of your own employer.
Right.
Like, no one should be afraid.
Right.
It's ridiculous. We've described it as being in a narcissistic relationship. Because that's basically what it is. You're in a narcissistic relationship with your employer.
Yep. Dealing with narcissistic, sociopathic fucking abuse.
Yep.
It's trash. Man. That's the thing. It's like they act like, people should be beholden to them, like, well, we're the job creators. We gave you a job. Without us, you'd just starve and die. And it's like, excuse me, no, 50 million other fucking places right now are looking for people, struggling to find people to come work for them. And so long as employers keep choosing to be shitty motherfuckers, I would take that open door policy and be like, bye, good luck running your fucking store. I'm taking the door, because you can get shit pay and treated like shit any fucking where. For fuck's sake, why not roll the dice? Maybe the Circle K down the corner, they'll fucking treat you better. You never know. For fuck's sake.
I know a lot of people that in the Circle K. I've considered going down a job, actually.
Like, shit, man. Y'all need something like Winco down there that's employee owned. Straight up. I will give the recommendation that I always give, and it's the words of Marx, to seize the fucking means of production. And this right here is one of those means, because without these storefronts, people don't have access to those items that they need, that are daily life needs. So seize that shit. This should become an employee-owned company. That would solve all the fucking problems. Annihilate the fucking existence of the board itself and turn employee owned. And you know what? Given how vehemently pissed off everybody who works for Dollar General has got to be at this point, anybody who's even been there a fucking week, if you guys could get a massive walkout like that to happen, you just might be able to make some fucking ground there with that. That was the purpose of unions forming in the first place, was to actually seize these companies as property of the employees. And too many, have failed because, a lot of the union leadership themselves turned more capitalist and have stood in the way of, people actually gaining some real ground. So we need to take our unions back. We need to start actually working with good ones like the IWW. Doesn't matter what field of work that you're in, they'll take you on, and actually fucking fight for your rights. Some of the other ones have kind of lost their way when it comes to the employees even having a say over what their unions speak out for them with. But you guys have a clean slate right here to work with. Clean slate. You can start your own shit up and come together. You need to. It chokes me up because of a lot of the stories that I've heard from friends, especially ones who have worked at Dollar Generals in Flint, where they've dealt with shit like getting robbed on the fucking regular. Just utter insanity, and they can't even get security in there. No, I guarantee you, if these stores were employee owned and operated, we wouldn't be seeing this bullshit. Everything would be handled right. It wouldn't be put in a fucking ticket. It would be like, oh, well, let's handle this. Instead of just,
Right.
oh, well, it's on paper now, so we can shove it in a corner and forget about it.
Right.
It was no good. Sorry, I go on.
That's one reason too why some people within Dollar General uh, don't want to really go with a union, is because they almost feel like they're trading one bad guy for another, because they've been so brainwashed by Dollar General as to what unions do. And Dollar General preaches so bad about how bad unions are. You don't want to deal with a union, and all of these things. And it's like, yeah, don't get me wrong, you can get a bad union. Don't let me confuse that here, because that can happen.
Right.
But what we are trying to do currently, we are working with Wade with Acorn International, and what we are trying to do is build an organization first. So we are working on building an organization that obviously spreads across the United States, and in that organization, we can also protect our salaried store managers, because obviously in unions, salaried store managers, they're not protected. They're not protected by the NLRB, and they really can't unionize either. So by building an organization, Wade and I are discussing certain things, certain ways about going about doing things. But we are working on building an organization that stretches all of the United States, in all 46 states. It can include past and present employees, all in the organization, and it protects those within the organization as well. And then we will kind of take it from there and see where we want to go as far as actually making it an employee-based union, an independent union.
Right. I think you'd have a good amount of ground to stand on there with that, with forming your own union specifically for yourselves. That way you can cut out the bullshit that has affected some of the other unions with their own leadership. Build one from the ground up.
Chris Smalls did it.
Yeah.
It took 2 years, but he did it.
And it's worth it. It's so worth it. I mean, for fuck's sake, like look at how that's even phrased on your list of demands of the right to unionize, as if it's for Dollar General to give you fucking permission or deny it. Fuck them. Fuck their policies.
It's on their policy board.
Yeah, but even just like someone said in the comments is, a lot of companies, they'll just fire you for even talking about a union, and that's Dollar General. That is like the worst word you can say inside of a Dollar General. If they hear you say union or anything that rhymes with that word, you are automatically under scrutiny. You're automatically viewed as being an outsider and totally bad, and we got to get this person out of here.
But
it's funny that we were talking about how unions have become more corporate, and it's mostly, and we're going to do a whole show on this, but the Taft-Hartley Act and the NLRA kind of really forced labor unions to become more aligned with the corporations, and it really hurt because it was very blatantly an anti-communist piece of legislation. And they destroyed union shops. They made it so that unions, all of the muscle that unions used to have, was swept out from under them. So now they have to kind of just be negotiating with their corporate counterparts. So it makes it very difficult. And I am very much for repealing the Taft-Hartley Act, and we're going to go into that to great extent in a future episode. But I did want to make sure that people know, it's not the unions that are to blame. It's poor legislation, and it's them being unable to act.
Yeah. That legislation literally forced their hands to be more capitalistic, to cater to the fucking corporations instead of to the employees that they were built to represent. That shit needs repealed. Fucking McCarthyism bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goodness doggo. My dogs are demanding that it be dog o'clock. I think they might want to go OUTSIDE.
Oh yeah, don't say it. Don't say it.
Would you maybe walk on your own feet, not on my legs? That hurts. Oh God.
All right. Well, Trisha, get them handled.
Indeed.
Mary, thank you so much for joining us. And like I said, it's an open invitation anytime. If you have new information you want to talk about, or even if you just want to join us and chat, but just and then I'll reach out with you later and we can talk a little bit more about, if you need my help with anything. So.
All right, that sounds good. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for joining
Thanks for
us.
going on, Mary. Thanks for doing this, Vicky.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll see you live tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today.
I'll be in a town I don't know and I don't care, and I've already made my signs. So.
Fuck yeah.
I'm waiting for my daughter to come home today. We're getting ready to sit down and start making my signs for tomorrow. So.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Mother-daughter time. Time to be artsy.
It's all right.
Awesome.
I saw mine yesterday. She turned 19 yesterday, so.
Oh, nice.
She's in Missouri, and I'm not. So. But I saw her yesterday. It's cool.
Well, thank you guys again. I really appreciate you, and I'll catch you guys next time. Hopefully, I will be seeing my crazy butt tomorrow, and I don't get arrested.
I'll see you live. I'll do a live too. I'll send you
All right.
what I've got. All right.
Yay, bye.
And, we usually do our current event streams on Friday nights. So if you want to join us at 8 o'clock Eastern time Friday to give an update or something, we'll shoot you the link. Actually, it should be the same link here. If you want to hop in, you're welcome. Open door, honey. Anytime you want to talk some more.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you again. I really appreciate you. Yep. And I will talk to all of you guys later. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and pop up the thing and turn on the music to do the thing.
To do the thing?
Here. Yes. The thing with the stuffs. As I have a dog trying to lunge in my face. Oh, goodness. Oh, where did the damn tab go? There we go. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for setting this interview up, Vicky. You fucking rock.
It was good to be a part of again, for sure.
I wish you could make it on the show more often with us. I know your schedule's insane, but I love it when you do get the chance to come host with us too.
I'll always be an awkward alpaca, though.
It's part of our flavor, man. We're all fucking awkward. Not just awkward, but awkward. I think it's part of our charm.
Oh, man.
All right. Natalie, James, Mike, everyone who's still in the comments too, thank you for joining us. So this is kind of impromptu and not at a scheduled time that we were able to give you a heads up ahead of time, but I'm so glad you all made it here. You fucking rock. Y'all are our diehards. And we will see you back here on Friday for the current events stream.
Bye,
Much
guys.
thank you.
Good night, everyone.
And shit, sorry, I hit the wrong music file. There we go. Now I'm starting the right music file. I am so not functional today.